This is Access Houston on 97.9 The Box.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth. Welcoming back. He's becoming like a regular on this program. He's the president of 100 Black Men of Metro Houston. Kenneth Robinson Sr. is in the house. What's up, man? Good to see you.
Good morning.
And you brought a board member with you. He's the board member at large and the co-chair for the Breakfast of Champions, which we will be talking about. Attorney Greene, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
So, gentlemen, let's talk about 100 Black Men. Tell me, who are the 100 Black Men?
100 Black Men is a group of professional brothers that's basically we're mentoring in the community, showing kids 6th through 12th grade another way of life. You know, a lot of times kids want to be rappers or musicians or professional ball players, and they see that as success, but we're showing them another road to be successful at the end of the day.
Nice. And, of course, people like Adraon Greene, who's an attorney, is absolutely a good example of what the young men can aspire to be. What made you want to be down with the organization?
Well, I think the organization is a great organization. As a professional person, it's important for children to see what they can be, and that's one of the tenets of the organization. We believe in exposure expanding expectations. So if kids see and they're exposed to professional Black men, then hopefully they won't just want to be rappers and entertainers and athletes. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but
well, we got enough of those.
We can never have enough. But
well, no, even LeBron James himself said, we don't need any more LeBron Jameses. You know, so I think we need more Attorney Greenes in this community.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, and that's the hope and the goal of 100 Black Men, to show there are other avenues beyond those particular dreams.
Yeah. With the programs, you guys got a lot of programs that you offer. Just besides mentoring, can you talk about some of the programs that are there at the organization office?
We have quite a few. We have our Mentoring in Medicine, where we're bringing in African-American physicians to talk about their road to become a physician. We have our Keeping Our Boys Out of the Criminal Pipeline event that we do. We've partnered with various people in the community, District Attorney's Office, former Sheriff Adraon Garcia, various judges and attorneys, just to kind of talk about, if you get pulled over, hey, this can happen. This is what you should do. This is what you shouldn't do. Just everyday life as an African-American male. So they understand.
You know, just the fact that we have to continue to have this conversation is just so disturbing to me. And I'm actually a little spent on having this conversation. It's just like,
It does get a little
why? Yeah,
tiring.
It gets tiring. I know we gotta keep fighting the fight. I'm so glad that you mentioned the school and the school to prison pipeline that is so what's the word I want to use? It's orchestrated so precise to keep us down, to keep these young kids, like it is a school to prison pipeline.
Exactly.
A lot of stories that I'm hearing coming out of this school year, and we just started this school year, of how our Black students are getting treated and punished way harsher than their white counterparts for the exact same, school violation, be it, I don't know, a food fight or having your phone out when you're not supposed to in class. I'm seeing that, and I've got evidence. I'm seeing that the white students will get detention. The Black student will get suspended for 2 or 3 days. And in my mind, with that suspension, the kid is going to get behind. They're out of school for 3 days.
Yep.
They're behind. They got to catch up, or at least try to catch up. If they don't, then maybe they'll do something else small, and then they'll get suspended again. It's just a continuing, cycle. And I'm like, some of these stories that are coming out, I said, this mirrors the criminal justice system.
Yeah.
But I guess that's why they call it the school to prison pipeline, because it's scary, and I can't believe that this is actually going on.
Yeah, and that's something that we try to adapt to every year. Stuff always changes. It's always something new where an African American is getting affected by the justice system. So we try to adjust and say, hey, this is another thing that can happen to you. Good or bad, but just be careful.
Because parents, listen. This school to prison pipeline, is real. Third grade, if your child ain't passing or they don't know how to read, they already making a bed for them right here in Texas in one of these private prisons. You're listening to Access Houston. We're talking to Kenneth Robinson, president of 100 Black Men of Metro Houston, along with Attorney Greene, who is the board member at large and co-chair of the Breakfast of Champions. Let's talk about the Breakfast of Champions. Expanding our reach and impact. It's happening on Saturday, October 20th. Oh, that's a special date for us, too, down at the Hyatt Regency. Is it safe to say that it'll be more than Wheaties that we'll be eating at the Breakfast of Champions?
It'll definitely be more than Wheaties.
It definitely will, and if you want to be a sponsor, we will ensure that it will most definitely be more than Wheaties.
I think I'm doing my part now there, brother. Let's tell us about what can people expect at the Breakfast of Champions?
So the Breakfast of Champions is really our way of honoring our past presidents. The organization was started in 1994, so we want to show the community and also give thanks to these brothers who were trailblazers, who were the folks upon the shoulders that we stand on today, because they were the ones who initially sought out and started this organization and were there when we needed people to say, hey, this is something that we need to do, not just for the children, but for the community at large. And it's our way to give back to them after being here for 25 years, to show them that we truly appreciate everything that you've done. Long overdue, but we think now's the perfect time to do that.
Oh, yeah, better late than never. Give these folks their flowers while they're here.
You go, sir.
Everybody wants to talk about folks after they're gone and praise them after they're gone. Let's do it now while they're here.
Yes,
sir. I really enjoy that. Where can people get more information, like on the tickets and all that? Where do they need to go?
Oh, they can go on our website, www.100blackmenhou.org. Just go on our website. They have access to all of our events that's coming up.
And I see that it's on Eventbrite as well, too.
Yes, it is on Eventbrite. And again, October 20th, 2018 at the Hyatt Regency downtown, 1200 Louisiana, at 9 a.m.
Yeah, so we're going to be there. These brothers are dressed. So, dress up on Saturday, October the 20th, Saturday, October the 20th down at the Hyatt Regency as we get ready for the Breakfast of Champions. What else should we look for? We're coming up closer, we're inching into the fourth quarter of the year. What else we need to look out for?
Oh, man, we have quite a few events coming up. We have a Real Men Who Cook. We've partnered with one of the local AKA chapters. That's happening on October 14th. We also have...
And while he's looking, the October 14th event, Real Men Who Cook, that's going to be at Texas Southern University at the Student Center.
Okay.
3347 Blodgett Street.
Yeah, I remember that last year.
2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
2 to 6, yeah, that was a great event.
So we also have a networking happy hour we call Hanging with the 100. It'll be at Fig and Olive on September 27th, the day after my birthday, actually.
Okay. What is that? Hold on, I always got to go through the signs of the Beyonce songs in my head to get it in order. You're a Libra. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, the 27th?
Yeah, September 27th at Fig and Olive in the Gallery area.
Okay. Well,
and then we also have several mentoring events coming up on our mentoring calendar.
We have, I got to get that date. October 13th is our Keeping Our Boys Out of the Criminal Pipeline event. What else do we have?
October 13th. Let me write that one down, because that's an important one right there.
Yeah.
And I think that one's at South Texas College of Law.
Yeah, South Texas College of Law.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the site for all of that, they can find all of that.
Yeah, you can find all that online on our website, www.100blackmenhou.org.
Indeed, man. President Robinson, Attorney Greene, thank you all for stopping through.
Thank
know,
you.
this show is packed. We got a lot of things going on, so I'm glad that you all could stop by and tell us about this. And Thursday's event, it was incredible. So thank you all for having me out.
Thank you for coming.
that. Yeah, we're gonna do more stuff today together. So
we always appreciate the support.
Yeah. Man, thank you all so much.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth. Welcoming back to the program. It's been a while since she's been here. She is the founder of the nonprofit Torch Barriers. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back the lovely Amanda White.
Hello, Houston.
How are you? I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great.
So, we're in a very important time in this nation.
Yeah.
And we've got the midterm elections that are coming up November the 6th. The last day to register to vote is October the 9th. Early voting begins October 20-something through November 2nd. I do know that November 2nd is the last day to early vote. I can't remember when it starts, but you are hosting an event at the Sunnyside Community Center this Saturday.
Next Saturday.
This
Saturday.
29th for called Your Vote Matters.
Absolutely.
Which it does.
Yeah.
A lot of people really don't think that, but I just want to go on record to say this is probably the most important election that we've ever had.
Yeah.
Because it could very well be the last real election that we have.
Good word. Yeah.
It really could. I mean, with everything that has gone on with the Russia probe and all of that, this very well could be the very last one. Who would have thought that a midterm election where people don't pay no attention is going to be the most important one?
Absolutely.
But that's why you are here to get that word out.
Yes, absolutely. I'm so excited to be here. I have always been an advocate for the midterm voting because I've always looked at it like this here. The midterm, when you vote midterm, it talks about my day-to-day living.
Yes.
You understand? This is the people that are going to govern me on a day-to-day basis.
Yes.
And a lot of times we kind of fall off. We put a lot of emphasis on voting for the president, and then we'll fall off and we don't vote for the judges. We don't vote for the prosecutors. We don't vote for those people, and we just kind of let them just keep lingering on whether they was good, bad, or indifferent. We do not change those people that are in office like that. And I've always thought this is the time, if any time to vote, is the midterm. Because again, like I said, they govern our day-to-day living.
Yeah.
They tell us how we're gonna do, what we're gonna go, how we're gonna do it, and I am a true believer, especially coming from the re-entry area. I deal with men and women that are coming out prisons, that are pre and post release from prison, and I always try to get them to understand that your rights is the most important things. You allowed your rights to be taken from you. Now you got to fight to get your rights back. And a lot of times people always say, well, why do you deal with voting? Well, because it deals with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You probably wouldn't have gotten that harsh sentence for that little,
nonviolent crime that you committed. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, you did not go out there and murder. Not that you get a free pass. You understand? But it was a nonviolent crime, and you got 10, 15 years on something that you normally supposed to get 3 months or 6 months probation. Not even probably probation on your first run. But if you don't know how to put the right person in front of you that's sensitive to your situation and sensitive to where you come from, what you're doing, and where you're going, you'll get that person in front of you and they'll look at you and will give you some hard time for a little bit of what you've done, And I always tell people the worst time I deal with the men and women that are in prison, and I'm with them every day, sitting in front of them, and I always tell them the worst time. Not there is a good time to commit a crime, but the worst time to commit a crime is during an election. Yeah. Because people are actually trying to make a name for themselves, and they're not finna let you get off when you could have gotten 6 months for this here. Now you're finna get 10 years for it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
you listen to Access Houston. We're talking to Amanda White from Torch Barrier. She's having the Your Vote Matters this Saturday at the Sunnyside Community Center. So let's talk about voter education, because there's a lot of things out there that aren't really true, and people have a lot of misconceptions about when it comes to voting. So talk about voters education.
As far as voter education is concerned, I know a lot of times there is a lot of things that are happening right now as far as having your ID. You can still go there and participate in voting if you don't have your ID. There are some things that you need. If you go on the website, they will tell you need your voter registration card. Sometimes you can use your oh my God, my
military ID.
Your military ID. There are other IDs that you can use other besides your Texas Department ID or your driver's license. You can still vote. No one can turn you away from voting.
That's right.
And don't let anybody tell you that you can't vote if you go there and you don't have your Texas ID or your Texas driver's license. Make sure you take some other ID with you. And I'm sorry, my mind just went completely blank on several other things that you can use. I know you can use your military ID. I know that you can use your insurance. Yeah, your driver's your insurance on your car.
Okay.
You know, you can use those type
what
of.
What about passport?
Passport is one of them that you can use. So there are other means of getting through the getting to the voting poll. But no matter what you do, if you turned away, please go back. Do not let anybody take your votes away from you. It's imperative.
It is.
It's
very
imperative, you know. And a lot of what we're doing here is we're going around the city of Houston, and we are educating the community on how to vote. Now, a real quick story. I remember the first time that I voted. I was excited. I really was. I was like, yes, I got my voter registration card. I'm going to go in here and vote.
18.
But check this out. When I went in there, by the time I made it up to the table, I signed my name, and by the time I made it to the voting poll, I didn't know how to vote. I didn't know what to do.
You didn't know who was on there?
Well, I didn't know who was on there, and I didn't know how to vote. I didn't know how to go in there and push the button.
Push the button.
You know, at that time it was the shav. You know, you go in there and
when
push the shav.
Put the shav in there.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to do that, and the people that are there, the poll watchers, they can't tell you anything. Once you walk in that door and you sign your name, they are not allowed to talk to you. You know, they can just say, well, ma'am, do the best you can, you know. And so for 2 years, I did that. And out of pride, I didn't want anybody to know that I didn't know how to vote. And so that's what we were doing. I thought to myself, how many other people have registered to vote and literally do not know how to go in there and vote in who they are voting for? Have they looked that person up? Have they talked to that person? I mean, have they read about the particular candidate that they are trying to vote for? And so that's what we're doing here at the Sunnyside Community Center. We have the League Women Voters that are coming in, and they're going to do a mock from the time that you're in line up until the time you sign your name until the time you go to the voting machines. We are going to have voting machines there.
Shut up.
Yeah. I don't want to leave no stone unturned.
That is amazing.
Yeah. I'm like, because I don't ever want to think that somebody was like me who was excited to vote. And I don't know who I voted for that year. I voted for somebody. I don't know. I don't know if my vote actually mattered. And that's where my campaign came from. Your vote matters. It does matter.
It does matter. As little as you may think. I mean, with the past presidential election, with, you know, and I've been saying this from the beginning when I very first heard that this was going on, like Russia definitely meddled in our election. Yeah. And they got that guy in there, but also though, we didn't do our part.
No.
You know, but what Russia did was they created so much apathy that, you know, people were just like, you know, I don't like her, I don't like him, I'm just not going to go vote. And you not doing that, you know, look at the mess that we are in now.
They played on our weakness.
Yeah.
Just like like anything else. I mean, only the strong survive. If I am in a place of unsureness, if I don't know what I need to know, or if I don't do what I need to do, and I have somebody come in and say, girl, you know what? Our vote don't even matter. I don't even know why you even going.
Listen, and had this conversation just last week, Amanda, and somebody said that very same thing. And I said, well, if it doesn't matter, then why do they continue to make it so hard for us to vote?
Absolutely. That's what I'm always saying.
Why do they make it like Texas has the toughest voter ID laws in the country?
It does. It does.
And so, and I asked them, I said, if our vote doesn't matter, why do they continue to keep making it hard for us to vote? And, you know, the young man, he couldn't say nothing because I got him.
Right.
I got him.
Right.
You know.
And then the next thing, after getting them, you have to encourage them. And that is one of the things that our goal is to come out. It's not just to get you to register, but just to encourage you to understand. One of the clients that I deal with, his mom called me and she told me that he was going to court. I told her, I said, the first thing you need to do is to find out about that judge. Let's go find out what court he's in. Let's get his history.
Yep.
You understand?
Yep, that's
Let's
important.
Understand what this judge is. What is his platform about you? You know, how did he see you? And then you can determine what your next step gonna be.
We're going through that right now with this Supreme Court justice with Brett Kavanaugh.
Oh my God.
And we don't know anything. And they will not. Well, we do. We know, but they not releasing it.
Oh no.
You know,
and it's just because it's out anyway.
You know, and the hypocrisy is just so I can't even think of an adjective. The hypocrisy of them is just, it's beyond me. Like how they did Obama with his, and then now, you know, the Republicans want to say that the Democrats are not playing fair and holding it up. Well,
no. You didn't even let the other one in.
Yeah, right. Y'all wouldn't even consider. Y'all wouldn't even give him a hearing.
Couldn't even get to the door.
Dude can't even get to the door, and now you've got this guy, Brett Kavanaugh, who is really a Koch brother backed appointee. They're saying that it's Trump. Yeah, Trump appointed him, but the Koch brothers want him in there so the conservatives can have the majority of the Supreme Court, so they can radically change our Constitution. That is the end goal. That's what's happening. Yeah, they're trying to have a constitutional revolution and have this constitutional convention and change the Constitution to what they're calling the Liberty Amendments.
Absolutely.
Which will radicalize us. And so I'm educating people on this. I'm like, imagine a country without Social Security. Yeah. Without Medicaid and Medicare. Without oversight and regulations on our air and our water. Like they are just going to run amok.
Country.
Yep.
And you know what? The thing, after I got over the shock of what happened, my next thought was, okay, now what? And it is so prevalent it's so in our face. I think the thing is that we were so used to people not being so in our face that we knew what you were saying, we knew how you were acting, but you wasn't so in our face and you wasn't so blatantly saying it to us. You was kind of curving in the way that you said. Now you just blatantly say it to me.
And thank you for that.
Yeah,
thank you, because
I do appreciate that.
Because I know what to do. I know how to treat you. Yeah. I know where you at.
But now here's the deal. What do you do now? That was my question. Okay. Now that I know that I know how you feel about me, I know what you think about me, and I know what you want to do with me. So what do I do? You understand? The only thing that I can do now is to make my voice heard. Yeah. You understand? I'm just not finna stand for it.
Yeah.
I'm just not finna let you just do me any kind of way. If somebody in my neighborhood came to my house and just deliberately tried to come onto my property and tried to take my house and put me out my house, I'm gonna fight you.
Come on.
You understand? I'm not finna just let you lock my son up. I'm not finna just let you take my health care. I'm just not finna let you just do me any kind of way. My voice does matter. And I'm gonna keep yelling, and I'm going to keep screaming, and I'm going to keep doing whatever it is that I need to do to let you know that, hey, I don't know about nobody else, but you can't just do me this way. And I believe that there is power in numbers. It is absolutely powers in numbers. You understand what I'm saying? If you're not going to do too much if I'm yelling by myself. But if I get a group of people, it'll start making you say, why are they down there? And if more people come, you be like, okay, we need to get them away. And if more people come, you got to stop and you have to listen to what I'm saying.
Yes.
Our voice does matter. Your vote matters. And it's like you said, if it didn't, why they put so much emphasis on trying to stop us from making it happen?
Us. Come on now. Listen, I want to share some lyrics from one famous Jackson. She says, "This is the test. No struggle, no progress.
Oh.
Lend a hand to help your brother do his best. Things are getting worse. We have to make them better. It's time to give a damn. Let's work together." Word to Janet Jackson, Rhythm Nation, 1814. That's that
make
song.
Me go back and listen to it again.
Listen, here's some more lyrics from Rhythm Nation. Yeah, with music by our side, let's break the color line. Let's work together to improve our way of life.
Yes.
Join voices in protest to social injustice. A generation full of courage. Come forth with me.
Wow. And
yeah, those words. Yeah. I was like,
yeah, powerful.
Yeah, I'm like, now I got to go back and listen to Rhythm Nation, even though it's a dance song.
I'm going to take the music off and listen to the words.
What Jan is saying is the truth. That song is 29 years old. So listen, and it's still prevalent today.
Yeah.
Your voice, your vote matters.
Yes.
This Saturday at the Sunnyside Community Center.
Yes.
So save the date. What time does it start?
It starts at 2.
Okay, 2 p.m.
We have, I try to get some speakers there that kind of speak to you in different areas. I have a candidate, Benjamin Hernandez, running for Congress. He's going to be there. I have Miss Linda Dunn, who's running for a judge. She's going to be there. I have some other candidates that are coming. I also have someone that's coming out that's talking about sex trafficking. Oh, that involves our children.
Yep.
You understand? I'm trying to give you a variety.
Amanda, don't get me started on that. That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother show.
Yes.
It's a whole nother show because I know some things.
Yes.
What is going on?
Yeah, and it's not what you think it is. It has nothing to do with what you. The literal thing of sex trafficking has nothing to do with it.
There are so many loopholes. There's
oh my God.
There's a way that they are just coercing them, or how these children or girls fall into it.
Early days.
They don't even know it until it's too late.
That's today's slavery.
Yep. Listen, that is
I know.
Listen. I know, right? What I tell you?
I know, right? You said, I'm like,
what
just
I tell
when you get started, you be like, wait a minute, I got some more to say.
Listen here, but listen, save the date for this Saturday, September 29th, at the Sunnyside Community Center for Your Vote Matters. Amanda White, the founder of Torch Barriers. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
I gotta have you back. We gotta do this.
Talk some
better yet, I would love to have you on my round table.
Yes, I would love to be there.
Yeah, okay.
I throw those numbers at you.
Come on now. So we're gonna set that up. Thank you so much. Good seeing you.
Thank you.
And thank you for listening to Access Houston.
Yes.
We'll be back with more Access Houston on 97.9 The Box.